Public Works and Safety, roll call. Present.
Here.
Next, approval of the minutes of our February 14 and 21 meetings.
I have reviewed the minutes, and I'd like to make a motion that they be approved.
All in favor? Aye. Item 5A, contract with Walsh and Kelly for Forestdale Avenue, 169th to 167th.
The city attorney has reviewed the contracts, and the councilman has the money to construct the project, so I'd like to make a motion that we approve the contract.
Which councilman is this?
This is 5th District.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Next is a bid recommendation for roadway improvements, Amy Avenue and Amy Court. And Baxter Woodman Engineers recommends award to the low bidder, Rex Construction, of $897,106.87. Please also note that the engineer's cost estimate for this project was $970,000.
It is under the engineer's estimate. I'd like to make a motion that we approve the award to Rex Construction.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Next, from AT&T, who requests permission to perform work at Holman Avenue and Locust Street, Jackson and 169th, Hump Road and Clay Street, and 171st Street and Marshall Avenue.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve their digging request.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Next, from Chief Miller, he submits the resignation of Clerk Harold Wallace, disposal authorizations, and correspondence from Assistant Chief Doty requesting approval of the suspension of the hiring list for police officer and utilizing emergency hiring services, process and services.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the requests.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Next is a sales contract with Fire Service, Inc. for the purchase of a 2013 Road Rescue Ambulance.
Mr. President, the city attorney has reviewed this contract. I'd like to make the motion that it be approved.
Second.
And for everyone's information, the price on that ambulance is $261,824.60. All in favor?
Aye.
Next is a hearing on the the denial of a business license to Mr. Raul Correa for Gemstone Jewelers. Please come forward, sir.
Good morning.
This is your opportunity to state your case.
Yes, my name is Raul Correa, and I have a property leasing in 1940 Summer Street, and I run in a tire shop there, and I have a space in West Street City. I can able to open a jewelry store just to repair and buy a scrap gold.
Mr. Correa, do you know why your business license was denied?
Yes.
Well, what is that reason?
But a long time ago, you know, they left some little bit drugs in my truck, and when I get pulled over, you know, they find that, and they accuse me by that, you know.
What was that reason for the denial?
Apparently, and what police department found the drugs in your truck?
Yes, there was like a little cigar in the truck.
Where?
And back of the seat.
No, where? What state?
Oh, Hammond.
In Hammond.
Yeah.
Do you know what they found?
Drugs.
Do you know what kind?
No.
Do you know what manner of, what was the content, what type of drugs they found?
It was marijuana.
What year was this?
It was probably like 7 or 8 years ago.
Were you charged with a crime as a result of that?
They resolved everything, you know.
Pardon?
Everything was resolved, and eh, when I come to court, everything that was okay. They sent me to a test, and everything was clean. So,
Okay, was this in the Hammond court?
correct.
Just for the record, that's a misdemeanor court.
Mr. Correa, are you aware that the address that you put on your application for business license resulted in mail sent to you that was returned to us as undeliverable?
What address? I got two addresses. Where we put it?
Well, which address would you have put on your business license that made the mail undeliverable when we tried to send correspondence to you?
1940 Summer Street or 8913 South Escanaba.
So, Mr. Correa, you own a tire shop, is that correct?
Yeah, I own two, an auto repair shop, but in Hammond I have one tire shop, and in Chicago I have auto repair and a tire shop.
And you're also a jeweler in addition to being a mechanic, is that correct?
Correct.
You're a jeweler?
I have was working before in that, and I have my cousin. They're gonna help me in that if they let me allow to put the business.
So this isn't going to be your business. You're getting a business license for somebody else.
No, it's gonna be my business.
Do you object to us checking your background to confirm whether or not you have any criminal convictions in that background?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Have you ever been convicted of a crime, to your knowledge?
No, there was only the only
The
crime of-
incident you're speaking about.
This is only the only one I was fined with the drugs. It's the only time.
That was your only experience in our criminal justice system.
Yes.
Mr. Correa, what is the nexus between having experience in automotive repair and maintenance and being a jeweler?
Well, in Mexico, I was working in a jewelry store.
So you are a jeweler.
Not 100%, but I got my cousin. He's gonna help me too in that. You know, I do construction too in Chicago. I work for Chicago Housing. So I got like kind of few kind of different kind of business.
And do you believe that there is a need for a jewelry store in an industrial area in the city of Hammond?
Why not? Because you know they got the.
Are you going to be soliciting industrial clients to purchase the jewelry?
No, we're not gonna sell no jewelry. We're gonna repair jewelry and buy scrap gold.
Are you going to also pawn things?
No,
The address of your tire shop in Hammond,
1940 Summer Street,
that's the tire shop?
correct. And this
Used to be a tire shop?
no, this is our office and next to the tire shop.
The city attorney spoke to me about this case and had concerns for two reasons. Well, a multitude of reasons. First of all, you have a drug conviction in the city of Hammond.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, you're opening a retail establishment in an industrial area. Thirdly, when we tried to correspond with you, using the address that you placed on your business license, the mail came back to us as undeliverable. And now, fourthly, you're telling me that you're not going to have you're not going to be the individual that's going to be running this business. It's going to be somebody else who we don't know, because that person isn't listed on the business license. It was you. So it was our understanding that it was going to be you that was going to be managing the business.
No, I'm going to be managing the business.
I think he stated that he had a relative, perhaps a cousin, who was going to be, to have the task of jewelry repair at his business.
Sir, I got couple, got like some of business, and I got people that help me to run all the business. I cannot do all my business by myself. And the address, what they're talking about, is something so funny because, I got people working in the 1940 Summer Street, and my address in Chicago is 8913 South Escanaba, and I got all my mail getting there.
I'd like to make a motion that this appeal be continued for 30 days.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We'll see you in 30 days and have a decision for you.
30 days?
Yes.
What day is going to be that one, to be sure?
And it might help if we may get it independently, but if you can get the record of what the experience you had down in city court as far as what happened there for us.
Okay.
Thank you.
March 28th.
March 28th.
So what's the correct place to contact you, 1940 Summer or 8930 Escanaba?
This is both address I got. This is my tire shop.
Yeah, but if we need to send you something, which is the better spot?
Both
It's like the stuff gets returned.
Well, what's your current address?
8913 South Escanaba, Chicago, Illinois.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Actually, Mr. President, and the other one's 1940 Summer. Here's an envelope that was addressed in 1940 Summer Street that was returned.
Okay, it's so funny. This is so funny because I got people all day long from 8 to 7 every day. We working there. So I don't know if the mailman, they don't do his job. So they can stop or they can pass by and take a look. It's open all the time.
Do you have a mailbox there?
There's a mailbox outside by the door. I have this one in 1940. Excuse me,
All right.
I got this mail.
We need to confirm a couple of things. I don't consider that address thing a big deal.
Okay.
Related to the merits of your application, and we just need to check an item or two out, and we'll see you in 30 days.
I have a question. I'm not sure, and you have to change the day because I think so. I had to take my kids to vacation and around this time. I'm not sure exactly the days.
And when you want to do it on the 21st, is that more convenient? March 21st?
Well, 24th that can be better. If I can check the day I have to go out, it's possible I can have any information where I have to go and let us know. I'm going to be able to. I'm not sure what day I'm leaving.
Well, do you have a firm date you can commit to while you're here? Is there a specific date we can set
Well, right
here
now,
without review?
well, I know around this time I'm not sure because we got the trip and I don't know, remember what day we live in. So
What's the first week in April?
I was going to say, how about April 25th? That's 60 days.
okay, it's better.
April 25th.
Very good.
Thank you.
Not in much of a hurry. We'll see you then.
Call me.
Next item, 3849 Sheffield.
Okay. Call me. Okay, thank you.
Good morning. This is actually 3847-49 Sheffield. Done some work on figuring out what permits were issued to the property and also met with Mr. Cook and Kearney and city attorney They gave us parameters for working out an agreement. We've been checking the cost of doing those things, and probably within the next 2 weeks or so, I believe we can submit an agreement to resolve the dispute. So I'd ask the board to continue it to the 21st.
That's fine.
Do you want to do my others or just
Which
take
do you have?
I've got item N, 6425 Madison.
Go ahead.
That was an agreement on a basement apartment that walls be removed, the water line be capped off, and I think there was something else, the kitchen sink down there be removed. Ms. Etherton has completed that work. She provided me with copies of photographs and the work orders, the bills for it. She also sent that to the city attorney's office. So probably what the city would want to do is an inspection.
I'm gonna set it for the 21st.
That would be fine.
And do you have another?
The last two, item S, 814 Summer and 240 Douglas. That was the one that the last time I was here on those, we had an agreement, but my client hadn't signed off on them. And he has now done that, and so has the city attorney. So we're asking the board to approve those agreements. 814 Summer Street, that garage apartment is being abandoned, no longer will be used as a residence, go back to a garage and storage. 240 Douglas Street involves a timeline of either 4 or 5 months to eliminate one of the first floor apartments, I believe, so we're reducing the total number of apartments there, putting in fire-resistant materials around the furnace area, and doing some other things per the agreement.
President, I'd like to make a motion that the orders to repair be approved.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye.
I think that's all I have. Thank you.
Very good. Next, 6823 Carolina Avenue.
Good morning. This is regarding the removal of 2 illegal basement apartments. Ms. Rodez does appear.
Okay, I'm supposed to speak? Those apartments are not being used. They were there when we bought the house. I'm a senior citizen on fixed income. I cannot afford to pay to have all that stuff removed to satisfy the codes or the zones or whatever. You can come out there every day. Gloria has been out there, somebody else before my husband passed, and proved that we're not landlords. We're not renting those places. I've investigated with NIPSCO. Those boxes are there. The mechanisms inside is out, but they say I would have to hire a very expensive contractor to remove the actual boxes because they belong to the property. So I can't afford to do all this electrical work and have the tubs. The gas is off. There's no gas down there. There's no water. The water company says there's only 1 meter there. She doesn't even understand why I'm going through all this heck. There's no gas but mine upstairs. That's actually a junk area for me, or storage area. 1 meter is on because of the light. I'm scared to go down there, especially if I don't have a light to click on. So that mechanism, that little thing that go in that glass, it doesn't even move because I don't use it, only when I go down there to get something.
So you live upstairs?
It's to me, you call it upstairs. I just live in the house. It's a basement.
Being that there's a basement apartment that was created there at one time, apparently, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, at one time. Two down there.
Mm-hmm.
And you live upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Would you be adverse to signing a document and having it recorded that would attach to the title of the home stating that those 2 units won't be used for rentals?
Why would I sign something and then when I pass on and go to glory, my daughter and my grandson will have a problem selling the house as is.
It won't be a problem selling the house as a single-family home. It would be a problem selling the house as a 3-unit rental.
I don't think, well, it wasn't sold to us like that. It was sold to us as a single dwelling. Now, there was one guy in there, and he left because my husband didn't know, we didn't want to be landlords, and the noise, we like to play our music before he went on to glory. And that noise with him coughing and his phone ringing was disturbing us. So we didn't want to be landlords. It's a junk area. You come out there every day, and I'll let you in to show you that nobody lives down there. Sure. This is not my fault that this was not zoned correctly years ago when old man Kansas chopped that house up and did that. It's not my fault.
What I'm trying to give you, ma'am, is I understand your argument that it's going to be very costly to remove those items. So I'm trying to give you an alternative that's absolutely free, that's not going to affect you to use your home as a single-family home or any of your heirs to use your home as a single-family home.
Well,
the question is that since you purchased it as a single-family home, we're simply asking you to confirm it as a single-family home and make that of record.
By signing a paper.
Right.
Okay. What happens when somebody get ready to buy it from them or whatever?
They are on notice that they are buying a single-family home and not...
And they would have to remove that stuff.
Well, they would either have to remove that stuff or likewise can follow your non-usage of it as apartments.
Okay, I can sign a paper, but I also want to put a note on there and notarize it that I'm not signing my house or any rights of selling that house when I'm gone on.
Oh, that is, no, that has,
And then I want to ask too, if I called your situation, your company, because my bill was being charged for 2 garbage refuge, and my husband worked on it before he passed away, and nobody ever removed that, so just sitting around there since I retired, I said, let me call and see if they can take some of that 30 off, because my neighbors is paying for 1. So I'm paying 60-some bucks down here. But if you look at my water bill, you'll see somebody ain't bathing if it's people down there living, because my water part is probably $10 or $9. So that means if somebody was actually living down there, then somebody ain't taking baths. Then when I called and got Gloria to come out, it just built this thing up where I get this demolishing my house, unsafe inhabitants, and it scared me. I'm still very nervous and upset about it because I don't bother anybody. I'm there alone, and I just want to be left alone with this mess in that basement because I do not rent that out. If I had the money to do what you want me to do, I'd fix it up there where I live and get me some new curtains, a new refrigerator, a stove, and make that prettier.
Why don't you let code enforcement prepare the document? You can review it. It's not compulsory. But we would hope you would choose to sign it, and that would end the conflict.
Well, as long as I'm explained, there is no repercussions on down the line. Because I am so sick of this. I did not build that house. That house, to me, the city should have seen it when they was tearing it up and putting all the meters and things in
there. There will be no repercussions other than that residence will be represented as the single-family home that you purchased years ago.
Sounds reasonable.
I do have a restriction and the signings and orders.
Would you confer with them outside this meeting? And if there's a difficulty, we'll be here.
Gloria.
With Gloria.
Me calling Gloria out really is why I'm in this bag. Because she was supposed to help me get the charge off. And look at this. Talking about demolition. I wake up in the night thinking I'm going to see a big bulldozer out there to cut my house up. I'm scared.
Okay.
This is a result of an inspection to lower her refuse and sanitary. Some of those conditions to get that cleared up is through the water department, through sanitary district, then through sanitation department. I hope, I'm not sure that the sanitary district will recognize the deed restriction and charge her as a single-family home. So we're trying to assist her in that situation. Same time as the board well knows, we do not want in the future someone to take this property and turn it into a 3-unit and start using those basement apartments.
Well, when I'm going on, I don't care what happens to it because there's other houses where it's many people on that block that's that's got more than one family living up in there.
Find that document, she could take it to the water department, and I think they would utilize that to change the billing.
I'm confident that too, not to let assist her in any way. I think what we want to do is establish that there's two basement apartments here that do not meet code, that are unsafe, and in the future, we do not want them to be utilized. Understand she's not going to, I trust that she's not going to rent them out. I have no doubt in what she's saying.
It'd have to be a lot of money put in down there because of the, the shape is in. And then that money would go up there where I'm living, not down there for somebody else, to get $225 or $300 for. Because they just little small areas that's chopped off.
Well, if you'd have a seat with Gloria, she's got the appropriate document, and that may help you get your water and sewer issues resolved.
Well, who is Kurt Couch? The commissioner. That's who I want. I want to make sure that I understand. And McDermott. McDermott, supposedly,
he's the mayor.
Yeah, I know that. He used to be my grandson's coach. Coach Kelly, all them people we don't talk to this about. But he talked about caring for senior citizens. I'm a senior citizen. Don't put this on me.
They're not throwing any curveballs.
Well, take that extra garbage situation off of there too. It's one.
Well, step number one, if we have this document with Gloria, that will help you get these issues resolved with water and sanitary and get those bills lowered.
Absolutely.
I'm going to put an extra note on there.
And any other complaints you have, Mr. Couch behind you,
Mr. Couch, yeah, I like
he'll
to
take
speak
them.
to the big man. Somebody that could do something.
He's willing to spend as much
This
time
been going on before my husband passed
as much
away.
time with you as you need.
He's almost as great as an authority as Mr.
he?
Callahan.
Okay, Mr. Couch, I'm going to depend on you.
Okay, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for listening to me, and I hope this is over. Because I feel like I'm in real court.
Don't be in such a hurry to go to glory either.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
4024 Cameron.
We're asking for the removal of the basement apartment at this address, and I will be submitting the findings and orders for your signatures.
All in favor? Aye. 1262 Summer.
We are asking for the removal of 2 basement apartments and 1 first-floor rear apartment. No permits to convert.
Motion for findings and orders to be approved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. 4815 Pine.
We are asking for the removal of the garage apartment. Oh, I'm sorry.
We got a call from Attorney Sachs, who's representing the owners for continuance.
He's got a copy of the letter.
Okay, we suggested that.
March 21st.
Fine with me?
Thanks for the info.
Rental registration, 833 State Street.
Before the rental registration, we are asking for the removal of the basement as habitable space. They did pull a permit and are cooperating as far as the removal goes. I will submit the findings and orders for your signature.
Pertaining to the rental registration hearing, the grandson was here for the place of the grandmother about a month ago, asked for this continuance, and then called and asked for another continuance. It's clear we have a tenant that wants to buy the property, so he's obviously been there for some time to understand the removal of the basement apartment. I'm asking that the board affirm the late fee for the 2012 rental registration.
This is 833 State Street?
That's correct.
Is there a motion?
That's correct. We're in a rent-own situation, I believe. Rent-own? I believe it's a rent-own situation where the tenant is basically taking on the job of removing downstairs rooms and apartment.
Would you be adverse to waiving the late fee subject to the completion of the work that you're requesting?
I'm hesitant only because the rent-to-own situation came about after we did the inspection and cited them for failure to register. So I think it was an attempt to bail from their responsibilities in 2012 and previous. And the fact that we're getting regardless if it was rent-to-own or under the current owners, we'd still be going for removal of anything in the basement.
Do you want to continue this in conjunction with their repairs? So that it be assessed if they don't complete them?
I prefer not to because, as I said, it's two different situations, the rental registration and the removal of the basement apartment, the basement bedrooms. Basement bedrooms being taken on by the tenant who's entering into a rent-to-own situation after we were cited them for rental registration. I will bow to the board's wishes, though.
It'll be the owner that's entering into the contract to repair the facility, all right?
If the rent-to-own contract is recorded, the previous tenant, who was the tenant, will then be the owner responsible for removing of that. I think that's where we're at now. As far as the rental registration, the failure to register was the Ms. Gladys Brown's.
Well, if this is a rent-to-own, he will be a tenant at the inception of that contract and won't have an ownership interest until it's completed.
Until it gets recorded, that's correct. But understand that has came about after we inspected, after we cited for failure to register.
Understood, but this purchaser is not going to have ownership status until this agreement is completed, not when it's initially executed.
But he will be a responsible person for the property. He would be the direct contact. If anything's wrong with their property, he would be the person that would be cited. My point again is that the tenant has entered into that situation after the fact. If the board would like to continue, I have no problem with that.
We've muddied the rental registration issue with...
Exactly.
If this is a rental registration matter, let's deal with the rental registration matter. Has Mrs. Brown appeared for her appeal?
No, her grandson appeared about a month ago and asked for a continuance. He called this morning, literally 10 minutes before Board of Works hearings, asked for another continuance. It's a clear situation to us that it's a rent. It was a rental in 2012, brought to our attention on numerous complaints, and when we cited for failure to register, they entered into rent-to-own.
Did he give any reason for this continuance other than he didn't want to proceed today?
His son was having surgery.
I'm going to make a motion that we grant the final continuance to March 14th.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
4425 Ash. This is an agreement to rehabilitate. Are we all set to go ahead and execute this one?
Yeah, we're fine with it. Did the owner sign it?
Yes, he did. It's signed and submitted.
I'd like to make a motion that the agreement at 4425 Ash be approved.
All in favor? Aye. Next, from Ms. Etherton, owner of 6425 Madison. Oh, we've done that? Oh, that was one I missed, okay. Next, rental registration 4441 to 4439 Cameron Avenue in 6340, Nevada. I guess we just need a hearing date for those. Yes, let's make that March 21st. Next, from Councilman Higgs, he requests inspections of sinkholes at 1050 Drakirk and 1007 Lion Street, and demolition of properties at 935 and 937 Ames.
I'd like to make a motion that the sinkhole be referred to the sewer department, Scott Mitchell, and the demolition to Kurt, right?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Next, we have a single garage sale permit for 4727 Sheffield.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve the garage sale permit.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. And next is correspondence from Mr. Rozenek regarding a rental registration hearing held February 21st.
Does he have the address on there? Was that 490406 Ash? I believe that's property we have of interest with him right now.
Yes, and he is requesting revocation of all previously entered fines and fees.
That may be able to be accomplished if I give you a brief synopsis of what the situation is. 490406 Ash is a duplex. Back in, I think, late 2010, maybe 2011, there was a fire. The electric was cut at the pole. Also, gas meters were pulled. So it's unable to be occupied. So the rental registration, I believe, is something that we can dismiss because it shouldn't have been occupied. There is complaints that people have been staying in there. We have marked it uninhabitable, and it's now going to order repair or demolish list. So Mr. Resnick's problem with that property will not be rental registration, but actually order repair or demolish. If you'd like to,
How do you want us to proceed here?
however you'd like, sir. If you want to continue it, and we can explain that to Mr. Resnick, who we have made arrangements to meet him at the property, last minute, canceled. This is twice now.
That we continue.
To March 21st,
It's fine with me.
give him a call to see if we can get together and get this resolved. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any matters from board members? Department heads, new business, old business, public expression. Anyone wishing to address the board, now is your opportunity.
I think a motion to adjourn.
Are you guys done, or?
Don't come on up.
I have a report, supposedly. I don't know about my garage. They sent me over here.
What's your name and address?
4913 Elm, Efren Magaña.
We have had,
It just doesn't say the room I was over.
this is the third person who's come to us this morning alone to say that they were instructed by the clerk's office to come here at 9 o'clock. This is an ordinance violation, it should be heard at 2 o'clock in front of Judge Harkin. I asked the board maybe.
That's an honest mistake. If you're charged with violation of an ordinance, that is not our matter. That is Judge Harkin's matter at 2 o'clock.
Oh, okay, this is what it says here.
Can you bring it over, please? That is in order to appear in the Hammond City Court at the other end of the
It
hall.
does say 9 a.m.
The third one this morning, it's something that's happened on several occasions,
Well, this is
often.
a city court case number. I suggest you go right to the city court and they'll direct you to the appropriate time.
That'd be 2 o'clock this afternoon.
Well, double check with them.
If I'm asked the board, it maybe, because this is happening more and more frequently, people are coming in, at the same time they're coming here for ordinance violations, because they've been notified by the clerk, here at 9 o'clock. All our city ordinance violations are at 2 o'clock in front of Judge Harkin. Maybe the board can send them something, asking the clerk's office to, verify that, or verify the time. I'm certainly going to follow it. Yeah, that's why I'm asking you. I plan on having Mr. Callen.
I'll discuss it with